upload it and check it out. So I've got one in here for May 29th. This is Friday. I assume. Why do I not have one in here for? So this is the ODR. This is a late confirmation. Oh, this one runs to target. I assume. Let's take a look here. Lens. Crude. RDR. For date 2023. This is, we might as well just do June so we don't have to change it again. No news days by day. This is a Friday, true short. We get the 1040 confirmation and extension. Yeah, it's 1.5 would be target. Just run straight to target. It's funny though when you see all, so like rejection, and close here. This probably runs to target again. Probably sweeps the low. Like you could probably argue for an entry on this close above the limiter to sweep here. Nope, you didn't have break even. Could even argue for like when you're doing advanced trades like this, just like take 3R on these.
Right.
It already hit target. You're looking for like inside movement to be giving you the profits. Oh, gross. Gaps up. This is ADR. Where's the gap fill? The gap fill is going to be 72.91. Oh, is that what this trade is? That's funny. The 29th, this was a win, so we get, I don't have anything written up here. This is a Monday true short. Confirmation. Oh, this is ODR.
Hey, do you experience any slippage in crude on these, like,
Not on full contracts.
Okay. So you're getting out at your price or minus a tick, right?
Yeah, generally. Like,
Alright.
if price starts moving, obviously there's like invisible slippage, but it's not.
Yeah.
It always executes, but I'm only executing like 1 or 2 contracts, so it's
Okay.
not the end of the world.
Right.
So why do I have a trade here? And why is it in my metrics? Let's take a look here. So our retracements after 0.5 have been reached. 0.5 to 0.6. 0.1 to 0.2. Oh, I know why. So we're assuming it's a true day. And 4:30 was the drop off time. I adjusted it a bit. So it was, when I got the directional balance, I put a pending stop above the weekly and like both clotheslines, adjusted for 5R, runs to target. Just because the directional imbalance got, it opened below the low. And then this one, yeah, I was just like, oh man, like where do you, what does the 15-minute look like? Same thing here though. Like you could just literally, it's like, okay, we haven't made a new high. We just, like, where do you close this? Just watch it on the 15-minute. That's what I want to learn how to capitalize. Like, how do I capitalize on days where
That just
this
keeps
happens?
going. Yeah, you can double your R.
Oh,
Just
yeah. Like sometimes it's just like it goes to like a 6 extension. You're like, like what? Like how does this happen?
mhm,
And usually it's like around weekly DR days, so it's like,
Tuesday.
but here, so same thing. So we get the high created on a green candle. So you could just move your stop to here. If it comes and takes it, that's fine, but it doesn't. It keeps going down.
Mm.
That's crazy. Yeah, like so trending days, you can literally just trail based like on 15-minute time frames.
And you don't even have to put your stop at the high. If you get a break a structure, that candle's responsible. You can put your stop at just above the mean threshold of the order block, right?
Well, but that has a high probability of being taken, right?
Oh, at the 50, but you
Yeah.
could. Yeah, I get you. I get what you're
No,
saying.
I would just put it here, and it's like I just know, like yeah, we can get a wick run, but if it takes this, it's going the other way probably,
Right.
or going sideways until the market figures out what it wants to do. So it's like you go here, and then you go here, and then it's like okay, like how much R do I need like to be like happy,
Yeah.
right? It's like
How much are to be happy? I think positive weeks, positive months has to be the goal, but I wonder what having negative weeks is what kind of wears on you too mentally, but maybe it doesn't matter.
no, it doesn't matter. All that matters is you're following the plan that you've tested. So like here, when this starts, like, so this comes up, you get 3 rejections weekly DR, and then it's like here when there's like boom 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 boom, I'd be like, okay, we'll just close the trade here. Like
Right.
price doesn't know what it wants to do anymore. It's not bouncing off anything here. It's wanting to come higher. I'm not seeing any new lows created.
Right.
Close the trade. So what happened here and why isn't this in my metric? So this is the 29th RDR. So let's just get rid of this. We'll do this. Do I have an MTF on? No. That's a lot of lines. Okay, so let's go Monday long RDR true. So 0.5 has not been hit. Actually, where am I? I'm confused. Where are my lines? Oh, why is that off? Anyways, so we've got why are all my did he do something with no, they're all here. Why was that all off? Anyways, so we got 0, 1 to 0, 2. Let's plug this in as if we were here. 0, 1. Entry zone. That is what color I have. We've got an 11:30 drop off, or median rather. And then we've got 03 to 04. And then we've got, we would just say 0.4 to the rest of the day is kind of even. And then we'd say to 1. So we get this huge rejection. We come back, we dip up. What's our extension? 1.5. Yeah, so when this dibs up, I would be in this trade. I would assume we're not coming back down here, so I would put my stop below this volume imbalance. And I'd be going for the extension. Because after 0.5, like over 70% of all the retracements are done. And does that go to our, nope, 1.75. I wouldn't have moved it yet. So we'd break even right now. And there it goes. And that is, I guess like you could argue for an entry here too, but this is where I would go in. The dib up after this massive rejection and the close to the tick on the limiter. The dib up is saying it wants to price up, and if we're assuming it's a true day, then that's accurate. And this is the 29th, so I just want to see, I want to play this out and see where, so we end, oh, this is May 29th, must be a holiday, because it doesn't go to May 29th, USA holiday.
It was a half day, half session.
Yeah, it ends at 2. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know what holiday it is. May.
It's a Monday, so it's the holidays either on the weekend or Friday. No, on the weekend. The holidays on the
Oh,
weekend.
it's May 28th. Gotcha. So yeah, that runs to target. So that's a good start to the month. I would consider that. And then this, so this actually confirmed. Oh, this is ADR. Never mind. Nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got, I don't have this in my metrics either. Weird. So this is confirmation time 10:30. Oh, why do I have this down here? We're just going to delete this for now. Okay, so this is ODR. True short on the Tuesday. And let's see why we had this here. So 0.5 has been reached, so we're going to be 0.4 to 0.3. And our time is 5:15. And then 0 to 0.1. And then 0.1 to 0.2. And then 0.4 to 0.5. And based on where my tool was, oh, I think I quit here because I was getting like tired. I was just like, I don't know if I'm making the right assessment.
Right.
And 2.2 is our extension, so we'll be taking these lows, coming for 50% of that area. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, no. Okay, so we get the dip down. We get another dip down, but then we retake everything. And this isn't rejecting off of anything on either side, so I wouldn't take that. And then we dip up. No, we just open and we take this. We reject off of the DR to the tick. And then this is like empty space. Well, 0 to 0, 1. But this doesn't go into there. Has to go in to be counted, right? Yeah. So I wouldn't do anything here. Then we get this candle, which retakes everything. Obviously, once price down, then we price down and we reject. We reject the VIB, the DRC clusters, the limiter. Then we dip down and come up, reject off the DRC. Then we come up, we close inside the DRC. We reject the VIB in the other DRC. That's where I say I would go in, right there. I'm assuming it's going to be a true day. This dips down below the DRC. I would have my stop right here. And assuming we're going to 2.2, that gives me 5R. We break even and runs to target. Easy money.
Easy money. Holy shit.
Executed as if it was real time. Confirmation is 4 o'clock. This probably just runs. Not too crazy, actually. My target, if I was actually looking, this would have been this, like, probably would have been the trampoline just before this, like, massive pool of bibs. And then here, like, so this is how stupid this is, though. It's like, so you get your rejections. This actually is a change of character. Get the body close. Comes down. Wicks the lows that were just created that people were buying on. To the tick, to the tick, to the tick. And this is even a, forget the fuck, a fractal.
Yeah.
It dips down, but to the tick on the trampoline, and just following how price reacts, you can, like, this is obviously going this way.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then this, like, you could even say, where are we buying? Right here.
Shit.
But we don't trade that stuff. See, this was an easy short, just using DR thought processes. This
right.
requires, like, really paying attention and being like, okay, where do we want to? And like the counter argument to this stuff is, where are you taking this? Well, like the low hanging fruit would be, we're below here and we're just going for this high.
Yeah.
But then like nobody does that, and when it comes back here, everybody's just like everybody's like, we're taking this high. Oh shit, I'm just fucking lost all my R's. Slapped.
Holy shit.
But like this buy to me is pretty easy to take, especially if you're like really
What about
paying
the
attention.
sell up there underneath? You couldn't make it to the DR low.
So here it's like,
I probably would have shorted there though, but no, I don't think so because it's too far away.
so well, like we already hit target. I'm
Yeah.
like, to me this more looks like price is like gonna go take the highs. I'm not really like, I don't think there's anywhere where I reshort here, because like this
Okay.
takes the low. You're like using a breaker block as your like confluence. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like ICT stuff, because it's like there's just too many. Like if I am looking to short, I'm looking to short like in here somewhere.
Right.
Like I'm not looking at this when clearly this is where it's reacting. I could even argue that, yeah, you get the dip up, but I could even argue that if it hit this VIB and rejected, like it's worth potentially taking. But like this is reacting off nothing in my eyes, so it's just like,
Yeah.
I'll take my 5.4 hour and be done for the day. It's fine. So
That's
here,
brilliant.
I'm already in this trade, but 1040 true short, RDR, go to the next candle. Yeah, I would have been in here, same as today. But let's just do this the way it's supposed to be done. So 0.5 has been reached, 0.5 to 0.3. And we're at 11:45. Nice short day, my favorite. 0.1 to 0.2. Zero 1 to 0.2. Where's my 0.1? This is 0. 0.1 should be like right. 0.1, 0.2. 0.3, 0.4. Zero 6 to 0.7. Okay, let's see what price does here. So reacted. There's like nothing here at all. Crazy. This goes down, I feel like she's fucking really going. So we dib down. No, we don't. We dib up. And then it tries to come up and fails. So if we were looking at this from, so 1.6 is down here. I don't like the dib up, but I do like the dib down. So I would be in a short right here. Stop here. 1.6, but we aren't getting the proper R's. So we'd be going like this. And that may or may not have put us in. And that may or may not have taken us out. So that's for sure out. So now, looking for a reason. So that just straight up rejects the Vib. Nope. Nope. 1040s or confirmation. So this isn't rejecting off anything exciting. That goes higher. We get the dip up anyways, so I wouldn't be interested. We do reject the 0607. Yeah, I don't like that. We dip up. I'm just done for the day.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I need. Okay, so confirmation 420 ODR Wednesday true long. Uh, 0 to 03. $5. No, that's not 0. That's 0. 04 to 05. 07 to 9. Yeah, that's not very pretty.
Now when it dipped down, that would have been a sign not to.
Oh yeah, I'm never
trade.
never entering here anyways. It's not giving me a reason to. No.
False day incoming.
So let's look at the false day data just for curiosity. So it was a true long false day. So it's saying that the mode, yeah, it's like never done this. And then what's the retracement? Yeah, so 0, 2. That's funny. So the mode. So 0304 before the extension, and saying the extension, which is where it retraces. So 0304. And then the extension is 1.5. Even the false day data holds true.
Wow.
Could literally.
Yeah, false days are great. Sometimes they're the better than. Yeah, they almost always go to target, I find.
Gotta study false days better before I start taking false days, but it
Yeah, definitely.
definitely runs to target.
Especially when it doesn't go back into the IDR, it's even more potent.
Crazy. Wednesday, true long RDR 1030 confirmation. 0.5's been hit. Wow, Wednesday longs look disgusting. I probably wouldn't actually trade this, to be honest. Like, we already hit 1.1, but a Wednesday long 2.5 is the extension. I just don't like this retracement data. So we would be 07 to 08. Just see if we can play it. 11:05. So we're looking. The play is very short. It's not quite big enough, is it? Or is it? No. There we go. We're going for 11:05. So we got 07, 08, 05, 06. I guess we can just copy this. 05, 06. Oh, other way. Okay. And then 03.
I'm heading out. I love you.
Love you too, babe.
I'll see you around 7:30.
Okay. Don't have too much fun. 03 to 0. 01 to 03. 05 to 07. But the problem is, like, so there's like, I don't remember how many data sets there are, but there's 190, like, so it's actually true. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's 194 counts. This seems like a really bad day to trade. So we dip down, dip down, dip down. Like, if you were gonna take your shot on the day, my time's over, so I would just be done for the day.
Yeah.
But if your trading time is, so the mode is 11. Yeah, none of. You would basically be like.
Look what it does.
No, I know, but like, where are you putting your stop here? Right? So, like, let's say we go here. Even if you go.
You'd have to go below the limiter. That's the problem.
Yeah, so I would have just been done after my time. And
it doesn't go anywhere anyway. You'd have been beat.
You just get leveled. You sit here all day for nothing. And you're trying to, you see this here, 6 rejections. You'd be like, hey, we'll go long now. Nope. Hasn't been a false day yet, so it should still be true, right?
Yep. You're waiting for that retirement. And then they retire you quickly.
Not before giving you hope.
Yeah, not before giving you hope, but you're not break even, I don't think, there. Or maybe it could be, I guess.
Yeah, fuck the retirement setup. I never take them. So we would need a confirmation by 4/24. Okay. Nope. Nope. Yeah. I don't think there's anything that I would trade here. This isn't reacting off of anything. Yeah, I don't even care what it does. Runs, but that's fine. This confirmation. I guess it does confirm before my time requirement. So let's just look at it. Because I was thinking, just bored. Because this takes this. get the confirmation. I don't take a trade here because we dib up. I don't take a trade here because we reject. Come back. And this retakes. I don't take this trade because it dibs up. So what's our cutoff time for a 4:30 short confirmation on a Thursday? Our cutoff time is 4:50. Yeah, so I take nothing here. It runs the target, but like I could see me entering here if I waited till 5:10. Then I'd be break even, and then I wouldn't trade that. And the extension's 2.2, so it doesn't even go to extension and reverses again. Man, there's something peaceful about just understanding when it's worth it and when it's not worth it to take a trade.
Yeah, so true. That's everything, man.
10:30 Thursday, true long RDR. So I would be in this trade already. Long, maybe here. Going for a 1.6. We'd already be break even. Yowza.
Oh shit! See, that's the day where you want to figure out how to fucking trail.
Yeah, but why? At 13R. Like, who cares?
That's true. I'm just saying, it looks like it shoot. I wonder what the 1 minute looks like. Does it shoot through and you just say, I'm just gonna let this candle go? No, it doesn't. Well, it does actually. It dibs up actually, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, like, I guess we could backtest and be like, okay, at times when just before it hits the take profit, if it dibs, is it worth fucking
Holding. Yeah.
But I don't. So like this stuff, like I want to go back. Like so, like as an example here. So we've already swept the ADR lows. This isn't the ADR. This is the previous RDR, so it doesn't matter. So we swept the ADR low. If we sweep the high, are we just going to the weekly DR? Like, is that like that's stuff that I do want to test? And how often does this happen? Like, that's a ridiculous trade. Like, I'm never taking it up here. Like, that's just suicide. But then again, like, so we take it, and we dib up. Like, okay, so like, where do you draw the line? How many R's do you want in a day? Like, I don't fuck. Well, we all want 1 million, but what's realistic?
Yeah.
Or like other stuff that I want to go back and test is like, okay, so on a day where my entry is a dib with my rule set and it looks like we're going to the weekly DR, how often is it worth it to take that? Where should I trail? So like here, 15 minutes. You literally every 15-minute close, trail, 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 stopped out. 38 hour.
I think you'd have to put it at least one tick below the previous candle. But you'd probably be stopped out on the next candle.
Yeah, but whatever.
Anyway.
No, like I'm like hyper trailing this. Like I'm not even a tick below.
Yeah.
I'm like no. Like
It's if it wants to trade to the end of the candle again.
Yeah, like we're at 38
Turbo
R for the
trailing.
day, and it doesn't even matter
That
where
would be
you had
sick. I mean, that's like a month right there.
That's
Sure.
yeah, but
You know?
but it's not. It's not.
When
about
do you do it?
Exactly.
That's the problem. Is like how many times is just kind of bang it and run away. So like, what do? You let's say you take off a portion of your position and leave a trailer.
So,
you know,
so
is
like
it worth all the stress?
my argument is like until I've backtested more, I'm never trailing this because how often does it hit target or barely hit target and then come back? right? So
run away. Yeah.
so
But interestingly enough, it just had that consolidation and then hit it. And you're the way you read price. I guess it could just take out the high and run back down right really quickly, which it wouldn't give you any opportunity. But the way you read the candles, you might be able to determine when it has the kind of energy and mobility to keep going. You know.
well,
Because you read candle and candle and candle, like so, your live price action reading is only going to get better. It's like more information when you're seeing it live than with these two piece
yeah.
back test candles.
I just don't think there's anything here. Like in my head, so we dip down, we come down, we reject off nothing.
Mm.
We open, and then we try and push down, but it rejects. So this tells me that it still at least wants to like potentially move up. But then we move up, we reject nothing. Like when it rejects nothing, it's obviously not nothing. There's something in the past it's rejecting from. But in terms of like how I'm analyzing what it wants to do today, it's rejecting off nothing here. But it closes inside the DRC, which is a good sign. Mm-hmm. So this closed outside the DRC, now we're back in. On this candle, maybe I have my take profit here. It's a double VIB. It's like, is it worth risking it hitting this and just shooting down? No, I'm at 13R. Like, and even if, so let's even say we trail by the low. Like, I would way rather bank 13R than I would 5.5.
Yeah.
And if
it's not worth it.
Exactly, and if it rejects off
for
this,
the number of times, actually, that's something I want to keep track of. Is how often is it worth it to trail? I don't know how I'm going to tag it, but I'm going to think of ways to tag it to see that if you can at least get another standard deviation, what does it look like or something? I don't know. I have to figure out how to tag it.
I think the only time it's worth trailing is when your target is like in the middle of nothing like this.
Right.
You have, and this is just from and this is only CL. I can't speak to any other assets.
Okay.
When there's nothing here, it's doing one of two things. It's either hitting this double VIB and just straight up coming back because we swept all the highs, or it's usually going to at the next DRC cluster, and then just based on my understanding of how the weekly DR happens, I assume if it's breaking this double VIB, if it closes inside of one of these clusters, it's probably making its way to the weekly DR. Whether or not it's taking it, I have no idea.
Right. That makes perfect sense.
But it's here, it didn't just take the weekly DR, it destroyed the weekly DR. A lot of times it'll just come up to the clothesline or the midline and then it'll reject. Now here, say I didn't have a take profit set because I was well, we'll just assess based on the day. You're also never really assuming that when your confirmation happens here, this move is happening this fast. This is only lunchtime. There's no retracements here. There's 2 candles of retracements, and it just it never, price action's never like that. In the sense of when you're just looking for those winners to be ridiculous.
Right.
So it's where do you? Yeah, it just requires way more backtesting. But with that said, when we take the weekly DR and this opens with a directional imbalance, if I was trailing this, I'm holding this. I'm okay, price clearly wants to go up. Then it comes up, tries to come down, rejects the midline to the tick, closes the same, opens another dip. I'm okay, we're going to the top side of this. Whatever. It taps it. I would probably close my trade here, unless this opened with a dip, but then we reject to the tick on the opposite side. we keep going up, and like it rejects off of seemingly nothing. Rejects off of a breaker block. So it's like, but then where do you draw the line? It's like, who says this is coming down? Like, maybe this is maybe this is just one of those days that it just fucking goes to the moon.
Yeah.
And then it's like 1 minute you're up 44R, and then now you're back down to 26. Where's your cutoff?
Yeah.
And that's why I like targets, because it's just like
Simple.
it's simple. I don't have to think about it. Can I analyze this? And like, I probably could see it. Yeah, that's just like on where was it? On so after M7 explained models, where were we? No, not NQ. That's why I'm like, this doesn't look anything like what I was looking at. And he told me I was wrong about how I thought about something. So where are we? Let's go to today. Once I see the day, oh no, right here. So, the day. So this model was. Oh, I think we might have actually went over this already, but basically they explained the model, and this was the trade. I think it was like something like this here. To down here. Something like that, yeah. It was taking this low. Once he explained that to me, like I just saw a price. I saw what price wanted to do. So
Right.
it dipped up. It went into 50% of this wick.
Right.
Dips down.
In.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, so you're basically telling me that based on models, I can have my stop here. I could probably even have my stop just above the gap fill, and like, this is the trade. And like, we'd be smart about it, and we'd probably just go to the 50%. And then let's say I go break even here because it comes back. This is 50% of this wick. So it's like, if we're assuming price is coming down, we're right here. We'll just take the stop above here because it shouldn't take that liquidity yet. 50%. That's a 16-hour trade. Hits it in 2 candles. So like, my next thing is understanding how models actually work. Because when I saw, so this day, Twist had this trade setup marked out at 355. So when this candle closed, he had the short setup and the long setup based on models.
Wow.
They were already on the chart. So then I'm like, wait, you had like the model already like ready? I'm like, and he took the trade. I'm like, so you took this trade simply based off of how this box formed? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, I clearly am not understanding something here. And then, but then when I had like, I had posted like my trade ideas, and my trade idea was something like up here, fucking down here, or something. It was like ridiculous. And M7 was like, that's not the trade. He's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, fuck. Okay, what did I do wrong? And all I did wrong was the data. I was using the mode of the data.
Extension.
Yeah.
Right.
But there was like the mode and left of the mode, and this was the left of the mode. So it was basically saying that
Target had been reached.
And it's like, you basically set up based on this for the next target. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So it's like, you can do this every day. And it's like, and he said you can only do it from
ODR, last
ODR
hour,
to
ODR
RDR.
into ODR, yeah.
So it's like, and then
Money though, right?
I was just looking, and then as soon as I saw this candle, I knew that this was a long day. Because
As soon as you saw which candle?
this candle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We took the, we
Made
did,
a lowest close of the whole session, or transition, and it takes it back in one go.
yeah, it took everything, and then we went
And the
sideways.
dip.
Obviously, we trade back into it, but then it closes to the tick of
DRC.
the DRC. We get a dip down. It tries to push up, rejects, closes above though, dibs up. So obviously price is saying it wants to work up, but it comes up to the next DRC, rejects this entire thing, but it closes on the DRC to the tick, tries to dip down because now that was like, well, okay, maybe we want to go down instead of up, but then it closes up. Then we open equal and we try and push down and it fails. We dip down and it closes up. So like the trade is right here. Price is saying it doesn't want to go below here. You can go for target, and then you can take a second trade within this. And the second trade is the one that I was like, fuck, I wish I was on my computer right now. It's my fucking benchmark. Easy trade.
Wow.
Well, this is, oh, I guess that's not my benchmark because this is the, it's not a confirmation here. But when I see the dib, I'm just like, and based on previous analysis, I'm like, yeah, this is the trade right here. But I missed it because.
Well, we just learned about it really more formally. So. Oh no, that's not what you're saying.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, models we have just learned. Models in the I completely misunderstood models. Like my understanding models was if this is a upside expansion plus day, then price should be going like this. But that's not the case at all. Time and price and models are completely separate.
Yes. Well, what's interesting about it, I mean, I was confused about the models for weeks. You know, I mean, I thought I understood it when I first saw the lives. I understood broken, understood what it meant, but I didn't understand the implication or when the implication was over. Like I didn't, I didn't understand how the impact of the session to session model versus the daily model. I was just like in a world of confusion about it. So now I have more clarity, but I want to still go back and watch every live about models and see if I can solidify an understanding.
Yeah.
Because I love the advanced trades. I mean, I think to me, time and price with advanced trades, and
the thing with advanced trades is like I know M7's like you only need a 40% win rate or whatever, but it's like the more trades you take, the higher win rate you want to have because it doesn't matter if the R pays off. It's taxing on your body and your mind to be losing more. It doesn't matter if you know the end result is high because you got like this high RR setup. It matters that like if I take one trade today and I lose, I can go to bed and wake up tomorrow. But if I take 5 trades today and I lose, and I know that like 30% of the time or 40% of the time I'm supposed to be like up, like that's way more taxing on your mind than.
Yeah, you spend a lot of mental capital.
That's right.
Coming at dealing with those draws.
Yeah. 10:30 Friday, true short RDR 10:30. 1.5's been reached. 0.4 to 0.1. 0.4 to, I guess 0.4 would be like here.
What time do you taking that out to?
Oh, that's just,
Oh, I gotcha.
I was trying to figure why, like, I feel like my drive changed for some reason.
Well, he did publish a new update to it. Oh, you mean your own settings, you're saying?
Yeah, like, I used to have all these numbers on here. Like, my SD lines weren't on when I started. Just really weird, but whatever. 0 to 0.1. And then when I'm done this test, before I even do models, I want to go back through the whole thing and add in like drop off times, just the primary drop off time, and see how that would correlate. Like, instead of using it the way Santa uses it and just saying that like that's how he enters trades, or he's looking for trigger zones and like all his rules. I just want to see if there's a correlation between like the style of trading that I want to do, and if implementing the drop off would be a net positive or negative. Because I think understanding price, in my opinion anyways, is more functional than a drop off time. Because yes, drop off times are like a semi constant, but like when you're looking at the grand scheme of things, like there's 3 drop off times here, which accounts for 45% of all the retracement times. So it's like is using the drop off time really like as beneficial as they think it is? And like, I understand if you just want to be like super mechanical, which is what I want, it can be beneficial, but I'm not sure. Just more stuff to test.
Yeah, it's a lot to think about.
0.2 to 0.4. Like, so far the way I'm doing it, I'm loving the result, and it's something that I can just execute on as it is. So it's like, do I really need more? I don't know. 0.5 to 0.6. And I'll be trading live like both sessions today.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, I wanted to trade all week, but the wife's car was acting up, so.
Oh no, you got to deal with that. It's important.
Well, she gets to drive my sports car in replacement, so.
Not too tough, right?
Yeah. Okay, so 1.5 is our extension. So I like this. So we dip down, but then we come up. This doesn't do anything. And we close. We come up. We try and take the limiter and the Vib. And we close. Then we try and take, we reject the limiter. And we try and take the Vib and we close. So we didn't make a lower low. We dip down and we close at the bottom. I think I'd take my trade here. Not I think, this is where I would take it. I would go like this. 1.5, and we'd adjust for 5. So I would assume that this candle would put us in. We break even. So now we're just pricing higher. And this did, so this is like where I look to the right. So like, clearly this or this was responsible for breaking this high. So we literally, right? So it's like that's where I incorporate the ICT stuff. So like now I'm looking for like between now and noon, I need a real reason to think that we're taking this low.
Right.
So we dipped up, came down a bit. Let's just close the price action here. So we took the low. I'm just done for the day. Doesn't hit the target, but there's nothing here that I see for a reason to get back in. So I just missed the trade today. Break even. No big deal. And then so the people that are holding for target, they just lost. Like say they got in here for some reason, like they're break even. So like,
what's the ICT threshold of that last block that it went down into?
this one,
Yeah.
well, it'd be this candle here. It's like the 6-7 or 7,
Wow.
6-7-9. Yeah, like so like the problem with ICT stuff is like he's basing it off of like fractals and stuff when
Right.
like like everybody on the planet knows that, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but most people understand that everything in the planet can react off of fractals. So it's like, so it's like where do you like where's your threshold? So this went between this closed in between the 50 and the 618, but it wicked all the way down to the 618 to the 786. So it's like, what do? You just fucking, YOLO along here, stop below. Yeah, you win. But where are you going?
Yeah, exactly.
And when are you doing it? Like, so who's
the 50?
This is a confirmed short day, so like, yes,
Yeah, you got to keep playing that thing short.
Exactly. So yeah, this is responsible for breaking these highs, but who says we're not coming down to the weekly DR again?
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like there's no benefit in playing against the DR in my opinion, because it gives us
It's the percentages. You
That's
know
right.
that it's like yeah.
And then
It's like betting against the house for no reason.
like all these guys lost. So like
when they give you the odds.
let's say you get in here because you're like, okay, this rejected off the VIB.
Yeah.
This is the cluster. We come down. Nope.
Yeah. Once I see that bounce there, that sale there, I'm like, I can't trust it's going back to the lows, and I'm done for the day because why kill yourself? You don't need to deal with that day, right?
That's a big day. Imagine you were in a long here.
Oh my gosh! Imagine you were short, you'd have been drilled.
Oh yeah, you're game over. Hopefully you're not on a live account and it was just funded because you just got fucking raped.
How many cents is that?
So from this open to this open, it's 212.
Sick.
Yeah, you're just like, I love my life. This is why we don't hold between sessions, folks.
We're gonna close the gap. What a sale. Imagine getting that second print way up there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're just
like opens. It's like all the market orders going.
Oh, yeah, I had it in the wrong spot. This fucking opened up here. I wasn't even, so this closed here and it opened here. 320.
It's an ass whooping.
Yeah. Unless you're in the long.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're along and you're there for it. What time does that happen? Like, is that a Sunday night?
Yeah, it's 6
Yeah,
6
man.
p.m.
But if you were along, you'd be checking that too.
Oh, yeah,
man.
you'd be
wanna
like,
know where it opens.
You'd be like,
and you have 3 minutes to get your ass out before you gave up everything.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, guys, I longed right here. I woke up the next day And we're up here.
Shit. How many R's that? That's crazy. It doesn't matter.
Suicide.
I'd never
ODR.
do that.
Monday. True long. Well, it could have been, that could have been your retirement plan. Okay, we dip down here, so it doesn't matter. We hit the 0.5 on that. Would be here with our time being 5:10. And then 0 to 0, 1. And then 0, 2 to 0. Yeah, no, we'll just do 0. Oh, I have that on the wrong side. 0 to 0, 1 should be the other side. Oh no, 0, 1 to 0, 5. Yeah, that's right. 0, 1 to 0, 5. Then 0, 6 to 0, 7. And then 0, 8 to wherever. Oh, the open line and the DR line are the same. Weird. So this dip down. Obviously not interested. We rejected the DRC. What's our extension today? 1.8. So I don't like this. This looks to me. Ooh, that's juicy. So we dip down into the DRC. It's actually a double DRC. Then we reject to the tick on the opposite side and close. That's crazy. So this tried to take the DR and the IDR and failed. Oof. I definitely missed this if it keeps going. It dips down, if this last candle dibs up, no, I would wait one more candle. Yeah, go figure. Go figure. Oh, the retirement setup, and it still doesn't pay. Oh, that's funny. At least you'd be break even on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw it. I got excited for a second. I'm like, oh, I missed it. Nope. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like how many retirement setups have worked like in all of our back testing that we've done? Like
Not a lot of them.
yeah, I'm like, I think M7 said it's like 30% or something. I fucking haven't seen one, and we're in June.
Yeah.
This day just doesn't confirm. That's funny. This is probably, so this is our swing high to low. I guess you would have to take up here. Takes it, comes back down, test the 50%, sell off. What a weird day. This is why you don't trade non-confirmation before a specific time. This is a fucking, like, imagine sitting here all day. Like, what do you?
Yeah, that would suck.
What the fuck are you looking at? Where are you trading? Oh, I hit pause, but it didn't pause. So let's just do this quick so that I don't see what happened. Okay, so we got a 425 ODR true short on a Tuesday. I don't like when the weekly DR creation is like slapping the weekly DR.
Yeah.
It's usually not a good day. But let's figure it out. Oof, and we would be in the trade. Actually, I wouldn't be in that. I wouldn't take a dib when it just rejected the weekly DR. Creating the weekly DR. That would not that'd be like my one exception to my dib rule.
Yeah, you don't want to dip into the weekly DR. Or if you do, you're extremely tight stop.
0 to 0-1. What's our time? 5:15. At least it's a nice short day. This I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Give me what I want to see by in the first 40 minutes, or see you later. 0 2 0 1. Ideally, I'd like to see rejection from this Vib or this one really, really, really quickly. 0 4 to 0 6. And 0 7 to 1. I just won't include the rest. Somewhere up there. Oh yeah, let's see here.
Mm-hmm.
So we dip down, not really interested. Tries to come in the weekly DR again. We're rejecting the limiter, then we reject higher and higher. Tries to come up and it doesn't, so that's fine. This is a nothing candle, means nothing to me. So we're rejecting lower. Squeeze candle, not interested. Okay, so we finally closed inside the weekly DR. What's our extension? 2.2. So we're basically saying that we're going through the weekly DR. But we've also been on an enormous downtrend. This is rejecting off a very, very, very key level. This was responsible for both sides. Would we take this trade? So this closes. I just don't think I trade today. I think yeah. I don't like that. So like even if I did take this, I'd be break even. And then as soon as we get this close and this dib, see ya later. And it does nothing the rest of the day. Go figure.
Mm-hmm. False day incoming.
Yeah, like
That was like today.
like what would
11
this?
to 20 got 9 handles in the
So say we did
PS.
open here. We would assume it's not coming about the DR again. Yeah, like this. This would go as soon as this hit 2R on one candle, I'm break even, and then 2 candles later, I'm out. And I'd be like, nope. I wouldn't be in here, but I would definitely want to be. Just doesn't meet my requirements. But when I see all of this price action, no, I probably would enter here. Let me think about this. Let's go to RDR Tuesday, true long. So we've got 0 2 to 0 1. And 1150 is our cutoff. And then we've got 0 2 to 0 3. And then we just clumped 0 5 to 0 8 together. And 1 to 1.1 is in the spectrum today. Retirement day. So let's analyze this here. We come up, we reject the double Vib, triple Vib, DRC. Then we come, we take all of it, close to the tick on the DRC, and then we dib up and try to retake all the Vibs and the DRC. We do not. We dip down, so price is saying it wants to try and work its way down again. Reject, reject, close up. Then we dip up, so price is seeing if it wants to go this way. And then it tries to push down and rejects higher. Then we dip up and do nothing. It wants to go higher, but rejects and comes down, but then it dibs up. I definitely am in right here. But because it's not part of my
Your plan.
we're not in. When we can't be in here because we weren't in here and there's a candle in between. Now, when this candle closes, so what's our extension today? 1.2. So if this closes like this, yeah, I don't think we can get in, but I think go down, yeah. And I'm not interested anymore. I'm done with the day. That's funny. So I didn't go in, didn't run the target. Comes back, I'm just done for the day and just sideways. I need to like play these recordings to myself just to like remind myself that understanding when to be in and out is absolutely pivotal.
It's really the game, right? I mean, it's the
Ooh, interesting. ODR, true long on a Wednesday? So we would need a confirmation candle or a dib. So what just happened here? So we had our box form. We were clearly pricing lower. We closed below the midline of the weekly. Then we tried to push up and it failed. And then in one candle, we pushed up to nowhere really specific. We closed inside a weekly, or inside a DRC. Then we dip up. We get a wick confirmation. And it closes above the volume imbalance that it created. And it closes to the tick on the trampoline. Then we dip up again. We create another Vib. We take the trampoline and limiter and stop to the tick on the other limiter. So would I have entered here? I don't think so because we're still like we're inside the weekly DR. I don't like it. This is just one of those times when directional imbalances in your direction are way less. I would need it to take the weekly DR, yeah. So I wouldn't get in here. We close lower, but nothing crazy.
DRC to the tick on the downside there.
Yeah. So it wants to price down, but it rejects. And now
Perfect weight.
5 o'clock would be, so now we don't have a confirmation. Oh, 2 more candles. Still no confirmation. And there it is. And that's so 2.1 is our extension. So technically speaking, so this is 430. That's not our extension. Let's change this to 430. So 1.6. No, I'm just done for the day. Runs the target, but there's no way I get in anywhere in here.
No place where you have a stop.
Well, like, depending on what you're actually trying to accomplish, like when you see this rejection.
Well, we dip. Do we dip up?
No,
That's a flat. Okay.
it dibs up here, but
Yeah.
because we haven't had a true confirmation, and this is the 425 candle, I assume that a new low can still be made, which it does.
Yeah.
There's no true confirmation that we get here. Like, and 1.6 is the extension, so like we're more or less like there. Like, but again, this is just one of those days where if it closes above this and it just broke out of the weekly DR, we're probably getting like what just happened here. But it's like, so let's say you got in on this dib up, your stop would have to be below the DRCs, maybe the limiter, like one could argue, but DRC would have to be like for sure. And then it's just like, where are you going? Like, I would probably be going to this DRC cluster. It almost hits. Oh no. Oh, this is ODR. So let's see what happens. Boom. But you're also like, you're going from here, you're up 5.5 R to being up 1.5 R. Like, I would never close it because I'm assuming that it's going to target during the RDR, but
Yeah, true.
I don't, there's nothing I have for an entry here based on my rule sets. I wouldn't call that a confirmation. I wouldn't call that a confirmation either because close to the tick on the DRC, then we dip down, so not interested. That's interesting. So 1 second here. So what is today's? So like this is one of those times where like we haven't got a confirmation, but we
just let it go.
Yeah, like this is like I'd just be done for the day. But when I see this dib up, it just priced higher. Like my brain wants to do this. Be like a 6-hour trade and see what happens. That'd be break even. So like it's not too far off, but and then we would expect the ADR to come to 72.33 if it sells down further. That's funny. So 72.33. When this closes in that wick, you could go like this, and you're at a 3.5 R. And we would go there. Nope. Fuck the ADR. Bunch of shit. Bunch of bullshit. That's another fun thing about backtesting is you can pretend a lot. o'clock. ODR Thursday, true short. I already don't like how this looks, but that's okay. 0.5 has been reached. So 0.7 to 0.
78.
0.3 to 0.
79.
Hmm?
No, I was looking at some prices here, and
540. Gross. 0102. And 04 to 05.
mm,
And 8 to 9. And 8 to 9 is this DRC. So if I was assuming it to be a true day, I definitely wouldn't want it to break that. Let's see what happens.
mm.
Ooh. What's our extension? 2. Don't care. That's a big yo-yo. A double dib down. I think I would have to go in here. And have my stop above the open line. Going for 2. I'd already be break even on this trade. Double dib. Have to. Oof. False day. Maybe break even though. And like, this is a 10-hour trade. So I would probably. Where would I be? Like, I'm never losing 9R. That's ridiculous. So what would I have done here? So this comes in, this dips down, rejects. I would have probably just had it on the DR. Get 2R instead of 8.6. Could even argue that when this dibs up after this close, you just put your stop on the DRC cluster for 4R, and you just don't want it to come up. Crazy. So this is break even. That's the other thing I like about backtesting is you realize that doing anything other than break even for your stops is more often than not suicidal.
Yeah, it's deadly.
Because you're like where are you trailing, right? It's
There's
like,
no good place. Not even a 15-minute. You know, if you went to the 15-minute high, I guess that would protect you.
yeah, you'd like be right here.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be on the DR. Like once it goes this far out of the DR, I don't want it to come back into the DR. So I would just be on the, like, I think that's the only place where I would ever move my stop other than break even.
Okay.
Because like, yeah, like once it breaks away from the DR, if it's going to be a true day, you either want it to go to target or like it's retracing and like going sideways or just going to be a false day. Like you generally want it, like you could be like 1 or 2 ticks below it or whatever, but like here's a prime example. Breaks out, comes in. Breaks away, never comes back. Breaks away, never comes back. Breaks away,
Never comes back.
well, but it goes just goes sideways.
No, I was just
right?
kidding. Yeah.
Breaks away, comes back, goes sideways. So it's like I can almost guarantee you that once it breaks away, I don't even really need to backtest it to just know it's true. Like, the odds of it coming into the DR and then continuing once it's done the breakaway is like 0.
Right.
Confirmation time was a 4 o'clock. Pause. Back at the weekly DRC. Sure, weekly DR. RDR Thursday, true short. 0.5 has been reached. We are 0.4 to 0.1. Give me my 0.4. 0.4. Thank you. 0.4 to 0.1. 11:50. Nice hour and a half long to sit here. 0 to 4. There's a lot of stuff here, so we gotta really pay attention to price. 0.5 to 0.7.
Right.
And 0.8 to 1. And really, I already don't like what I'm seeing, so we closed, we dibbed up and closed above the previous bodied high. We dib up and we come down. We dib down. What's our, so 1.5. So we would have this on here. 1.5 would be here. Okay, can I? No. There we go. Would be here. So 3R just isn't enough for me. So when this, so let's just assess this here. So we dibbed up. We closed above the spash or the limiter, but then we immediately retake the limiter and close inside a cluster. Then it dibs up and closes outside of the IDR, outside of a bunch of DRCs, and inside another DRC. And then we dib down. Yeah, I would be in this trade as long as it gets me in. Yeah, so 5R. And I would be break even on the close of this candle just because we did make a new high. We dip down, dip down, dip up, down, 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 down. Smashed it. Smashed it. Man,
that's crazy. See, that's the ones I'm telling you about. Like, the way it goes through that, it's so aggressive. I wonder.
Yeah,
That's into the weekly DR too. Like, can you hold to the other side of the DR? Or
Yeah,
no? It's already through it.
It's already through it. Yeah. So like again, this is where you like. I think that's just discretionary. It's like what risks do you want to take, right?
You got to take some at target though. You can't.
See,
if you haven't enough lots.
I never take partials. So like, I think what I would probably do is just based on how this is going. So let's just assess this here. So we already explained why we would go in here.
Right.
So then the price is bouncing around, doesn't really do anything. We almost get break even. So we're happy that we get this closed down. This close takes, so it bibs down, takes the limiter, takes the DRC, tries to take the VIB and like all this other shit that's in here, but it rejects. But then the next candle just catapults through everything that was being rejected, closes. Same thing on the next candle, sees no restriction at all. It closes below everything. And there's nothing else here other than this DRC. So in this case, I probably would just target here.
The other side.
I'd be like,
yeah.
what I would do is when I saw this candle do this, I would just say, okay, you know what? We're going to take off our profit target and I don't want, that's not what I want. I want a line. I would take my target profit off and I would have my stop right here. As soon as this candle closes, I'm just like, okay, move my stop up to here. And it's either coming back and it's hitting this, and I wouldn't anticipate this. I'd be like, I think
no, it's gonna stop at the bottom of the WDR.
Yeah,
that's what you'd have to think. At least some kind of rejection. I wonder if on this. Yeah, I mean that's what you'd have to anticipate. I would think.
So yeah, I'd have to be watching this live. Well, and I wouldn't be watching live, but like that would be my analysis as we're going. Like I'd be like, because we had a new high here, I'd be like, you know, I'm gonna get in here assuming that if it tags me in for my 5R, which is where we were before, that if it tags me in and closes outside, I'm just gonna go break even and just assume that it's not coming back into the IDR, chops around, and then as I see the price just start breaking down without rejection, I would just be like, okay, like I guess we make this assessment. But that would just be like a live as it goes, and like you just have to be like that's the thing, like with this, like the time and price, the way that I'm doing it is you have to be aware of what's happening. Like you have to be like talking through
what price is doing.
That's right, because it's otherwise you're just like hanging out.
Yeah, and you lose the narrative too.
And like say, like you could even do like you could be like, you know what, I'm gonna set my target for the limiter.
Right.
And if I see any rejection from right here, I'm just closing my trade.
Right.
Or you could just trail your stop super tight or like whatever. Like what happens on the 1 minute here? Yeah, so there's no, like it's just, it dips down, 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 down. And this, I would even argue it's probably just going to keep going down. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That's another thing is time, you know. Like one thing about time and price is that oftentimes, like sometimes I get reaches my target at like 11:20, you know, from a 10:35 entry, right?
Mm.
And then you see that the extension is in the back half of the day, like 3 o'clock, 3:20, 4 o'clock, whatever it is, and sometimes I'm like, I know this has more to go if I can weather whatever kind of nasty retracement might come and hold this till after lunch, hold this till 3:30 instead of getting out at 11:20 when it's supposed to extend all day.
Yeah, but the problem with that thought process is the extension time is only relevant in the situation where the target hasn't been reached, because if the average target has been reached, then your odds of still getting an extension are really small, unless you're like looking at something specific. But like here, for example, nobody's
thinking it's gonna go as far as it
did. Like this is over a week ago. Like you'd have to be thinking about like entirely different things than DR to assume that this is where we're going.
And that's where it stops too, look, in the middle of nowhere there.
Yeah. So it's like,
yeah, I get you on that.
Yeah. So if your target's been hit, even if you trail and like get some more juice out of it or whatever, it's just not, if the target's been hit, doesn't matter what the extension time is, because then you get stuff like this. Like, I
Right.
guarantee you, so on today, oh no. Yeah, so today, the extension time is actually 4:15 to 14:30. So, like, by your thought process, right here
Mm-hmm.
to here, we should see another extension.
Right.
Well, there's fucking nothing here.
Yeah. No, I get you on that.
And by all accounts, based on what's happening here, we're about to just rip back through what we just took.
Mm.
Close back inside the weekly DR.
Weekly DR, yeah.
Never good.
Now it's holding the bottom of it. Well, at least for the moment.
Well, it's actually holding.
Ah, I see you.
The bottom of the candle that caused the most
The
recent
structure break.
structure break. So, like, ADR, it's really funny because, like, when I look at ADR, I think I could trade it just understanding how price reacts to certain things. But it's just like the movement just isn't enough. Like,
I know.
it
You're risking an R, for a 12-cent trade when in like an ODR, that is the consolidated. You could go 12 cents and not have moved.
mm-hmm. So it's just like, I understand what I'm looking for, but is it worth it? I don't think so. I'm not trading this today. That's a 450 confirmation. Oh, jeez. Weekly DR. What is this? Friday? Friday inside the weekly DR? Wonder what that does. Ooh. 10:30. RDR Friday. True long. So I'm not going to mark this up yet because I wouldn't consider that a confirmation. Close inside the weekly DR again. So that is a confirmation. So let's mark it up. And I think I would be in here and lose this one. No, it's in the weekly DR. I'm just not interested. I would make that assessment live for sure. I'd be like, that's not interesting to me. So 0 to 0, 1.
Tuesday.
And 11:45. Now, at the same time, well, let's just mark this up for 0 to 0, 1, 0 2 to 0 4. 0 5 to 0 7. So I do like, I would see what this next candle does. But I do like, so we're going up. We had the volume imbalance, tried to go way higher, rejected inside, below the clothesline, inside the weekly DR. Then we have the dip up and the close.
Mm-hmm.
But
You're long.
this is 1 cent, and we tried to go higher. It rejected all this. I wouldn't go in here just because we're in the
Inside the between the IDR and IDR.
Yeah, and we're just way too close to the weekly DR. Like, I just don't know what price wants to do. But then on this candle close, so it really tried to come down. So we dipped up. It tried to come way back into the WDR. It rejected off of a DRC, another DRC, and 2 VIBs. So I would see what the next candle does. So now we're pricing higher. We're not, what is this? Is this a trampoline? Yeah. It's just a weird color. Oh, it's because it's overlapping with a fib. So we price up, but not in anything exciting. But it does try to price down, and it actually prices higher. 0.3 to 0.4 is a zone, but we're still going up. I wouldn't enter here. So we dip down, then we price up. Now I'm looking for a trade. I like this now. So
Yeah.
we dip up. I probably, what's our extension? 1.5. I probably enter here. I stop below here. Oh my goodness, why do I keep putting these on backwards?
I do that too. It's like shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. So this gives me my 5R. And we lose, so that's fine. So now we dip down, not interested, dip down, not interested, down, not interested, down, and then close higher. Oof, is this a double trade day? I don't get too many of those. Usually,
Dipped down though, didn't we? Or we took
yeah,
it back
it
immediately.
dipped down and took it. What does the next candle do? So it tries to come lower, so we reject to the tick, tries to come up, tries to come down. What's the next candle do? Okay, I like that. Yeah, I'm just done for the day. We lose our one trade. No big deal. It's actually crazy though. Like this is where the patience of what I'm doing comes in. We're at
Yeah. I see it, man. It's so clear.
We're at the 9th of the month, and I've taken 4 trades.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And we've won 2, break even 1, and lost 1. So we're 50, 25, 25 on the day. Or on the month.
Wow.
4 trades in June. That's fucking wild. But then, like, yeah, so crazy. Like, this is such an easy short here. Look at false day data after. It hasn't confirmed short, but I know it's going short just based on like everything that I analyzed here. So I think that's gonna be the hardest part of like my program is just like the nice thing is this is like an hour. So it's like I have to come on for an hour and a half, and I either have a trade or I don't have a trade.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing about it. Super tidy, man, in that regard. Super tidy.
But it's like I have to accept that I'm halfway through June or third through June, and I've taken 4 trades. That's a lot to stomach. We'd obviously be in this trade here, so let's mark this up. ODR Monday true short. Well, I'm just like you. I'm used to trading all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like I love trading, but it's
yeah,
like,
I know. That's it.
What am I trading for? Like that's my reasoning now.
Yeah. Are you trading because you love trading, or are you trading to make money? And that's the
515 and then 01 to 03 and 05 to 07 line to 1.2, which is all in this spectrum.
Dude, I love that cutoff time though, man. So I'm watching these days. If it doesn't confirm halfway through the second bucket, it's usually just shit price action.
Yeah, it's.
It doesn't have an agenda. If it had an agenda, it would have been on it already.
Yep. So here we would have been
Short right there.
short right here. What's our extension on a day like today? 2.0. So we would go like this, and we would actually be here just to only need the 5R, and the IDR is too far away. Would we be break even? Yep. So maybe break even on that one. This dipped up, this dipped down. That dipped up and then closed lower. Not interested. Not interested. That dipped down. So this rejected into nothing but took the volume imbalance. This tried to come down, rejected the volume imbalance, and came up. Tried to go above the DR again, but failed, and then dipped down. I think I go in here, dip down. We don't want it to come back into the IDR. We'd obviously be break even. Crazy. Wild day.
Wow.
So 2 break evens. We are.
What's that, bud? Oh, okay, thanks. Hey, I'm gonna hop, man. I gotta get some dinner.
Sounds good, man.
This is awesome, man. Thank you.
No, thank
I
you.
appreciate it. All right. We talk. You gonna trade both sessions
Yeah.
today? Or okay. All right, I'll see you in the morning, man.
All right, buddy.
B&E or bright and early.
Sounds good.
All right, later.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna hop off too. So performance report. Let's take a look here. So for June, we're taking 6 trades, but we have a 30% win rate. And 15R, even with our losses. And this is just it. We don't trade every day, right? We trade when the opportunity shows itself. So show equity curve. 1%. 2%'s crazy. And 3%'s insanity. Especially on these runs. Sheesh. We'll be there. Alright, guys. We'll be back in a